What's cracking? How's everybody doing today on this Friday? Hope everybody's doing well. I know. Let me turn my phone down. 'Cause I'm about to get to it. Yeah, man. Yeah. How's everybody doing out there, man? Let me turn my sound off, man, because typically people want to call me when I get on. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, man. I want to get into some topics, man. I want to vent today. Talk a little bit about some sports here. Just give me 1 second here. All right. All right. All right. Hold on 1 second here. Yeah. So anyway, oh man, a lot of stuff going on in the news, man. Did you guys watch the Laker game last night? Mm, mm, mm. Hold on 1 second. Got to make sure everything's up before I get in. Go in. All right. Give me 1 second here. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, man. There's a lot of topics I'm going to talk about today, real quickly. It's a beautiful day. I'm lying. It's raining down here in South Georgia. Oh man. And yeah, just talk about a few things. I wish I had this stuff set up, but I was running around this morning, so just bear with me. Bear with me one moment. Yeah, so how's everybody's day today? Now, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, definitely hit them likes for me. Hit that like button. Also, hit that subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can see when my videos are coming out. Yes, 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 definitely. Oh, give me a second. Ah, man, I want to watch. I want to. I was watching Kwame Brown's show today, and he had this video about Stephen A. Smith because I'm gonna get in on Stephen A. Smith, man, his little coon self. Cooning, we are cooning, we are. Yeah, so I'm gonna get into it, but I saw this video. Yeah, I found it. Thought it was funny, so I'm gonna try to play it. Yeah, because Stephen A. Smith out here buck dancing. He out here buck dancing out here, man. So I want to play this video. I thought it was really funny. A second. Yeah, Kwame funny out there. Shout out to Kwame Brown with this great show. Very inspiring, if you will. All right, 1 second here. But also I want to talk about my computer working a little slow. But also I want to talk about Scottie Pippen, man. Hey Scottie out here tripping. Scottie out here. Come on, Scottie. Scottie out here tripping. Talking about Michael Jordan. Now, he got that book about to come out. Yeah, so I'm gonna get into that. But first I wanted to play this song. Hopefully I don't get dinged for it, but hey, song is hot. Let me see here. Let me find it here. Yeah. Oh, something my computer want to work all slow and stuff.
Guys, do you have nagging symptoms of low T? Low libido, weight gain, insomnia, chronic fatigue, loss of muscle mass, mood swings, and hair loss are all.
What do you got for me?
Oh, this ain't.
What do you want to know?
No, that ain't it. There we go. Right here. All right, there we go. Man, my computer working hecka slow today, man. I mean, it's raining out here, so it's whatever. Got to do what I got to do. Get to the show in a minute. Okay, I found the song. This one I want to play. I saw Kwame playing it earlier, man. I was like, I kind of like this tune, man. Set the tone of the show.
Another one. Another one. Buck dancing, butt dancing, buck dancing, butt dancing, buck dancing, butt dancing, buck dancing, butt dancing, buck dancing, little hoe, butt dancing, buck dancing, little hoe, butt dancing, buck dancing, butt dancing, buck dancing, butt dancing. You a hoe out here. Buck dancing, hoe out here. You a hoe out here. Buck dancing, hoe out here. 504 out of the South say.
You was a hoe out here, boy.
You a hoe out here. Buck dancing, hoe out here. Put them Negroes in their place. You let them know it's they from. Buck dancing. Get ready, put them Negroes in their place. You let them know it's they from. Buck dancing. Come get him, boy. You're supposed to, I'll get him. Yeah. Buck dancing, buck dancing, buck dancing, buck dancing.
Oh.
Buck dancing, buck dancing, buck dancing, buck dancing, little hoe, buck dancing, buck dancing, little hoe, buck dancing, buck dancing, buck dancing, buck dancing.
DNA snitch, DNA snitch.
Buck dancing, DNA snitch.
You to say something like that.
Snitch. Buck dancing, DNA snitch.
Oh my Lord! Disrespect! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Buck dancing, buck dancing, buck dancing, buck dancing.
Buck dancing. Buck dancing. Man, look, man. Stephen A, man, come on, bro. I'm not surprised, though. This dude out here, buck dancing. Did you see what he talked about on his show when he was talking about Aaron Rodgers? Man, you go in on Kyrie Irving, and I got the receipts, which I'm going to play, but I got all the receipts saying that you out here bug dancing. You're going off and telling Kyrie that you have to, oh man, you need to get fired and all this other stuff, and trying to get him fired and yelling at this kid. But when Aaron Rodgers do it, there's a whole different tone, which I'm going to play the videos. Stephen A. Smith, man, see, oh man, I'm just so disappointed. I used to be a fan of that guy. I see it. I see what he's doing.
All white people ain't
Cool
bad.
out here.
We is our own worst enemy.
Out here cooning.
All white people ain't bad. We is our own worst enemy.
Coon trade is coming.
What about black on black crime?
Coon trade is coming.
Where the white women at?
Trade is coming. Coon trade is coming.
Y'all here cooning. Man, y'all are dancing on TV. Ah, man.
This. I really didn't want to do this. I was going to leave Kwame Brown alone. I wasn't going to say a damn word. But all of these videos, all of these lengthy videos, on top of people emailing me and bothering me because of something Kwame Brown had to say, like I'm supposed to be scared. Okay, we'll see how scared I am. Stephen A's World, ESPN Plus, tonight.
Check. Cooning for the check, man. Just cooning. Tell him, Maxine Waters. I don't understand Stephen A. Smith, man. I just really don't, man. Well, I do. You know, see, people don't realize that all these athletes and entertainers work for the owner. They work for the media, works for the owner. That's why when you look at a athlete, they can't say what they want. They pretty much writing a script. I mean, I'm reading a script, man, just like the media. The media is reading a script. Anytime you go off that script, you get fined or fired.
You can't make this shit up.
I don't know.
You can't make this shit up.
I can't make it up. Think about when Stephen A. Smith tried to speak and protect a black man. Do you remember when Stephen A. Smith tried to protect a black man? They was going to suspend him. Do you remember that? I remember that. When he talked about Ray Rice, he was like, maybe the woman provoked him. They said, you're fired. We're going to suspend you. Because anytime you pay for a service, you got to do what they say. Go ahead and try to buy a cake. I mean, go buy a cake and let's say it was your kid's birthday, and you were like, hey, put my son's name on the cake, and they put somebody else's name on the cake. What do? What you gonna do? You're gonna fire them, right? Tell somebody to cut your grass. If they don't cut it right, what you do? You fire them. The media is no different. Stephen A. Smith is a pawn for the company. He's willing to read off the prompter and not have any questions about it. The same way with Nas X. Somebody brought this to my attention the other day. What about Nas X? How's Nas X always in the media? Shout out to Chaz. Chaz told me that, my boy Chaz. Shout out to him. But he's like, how's Nas X on the media? But he's not headlining any tours. You watch TV, he's on a video with Elton John promoting this agenda. Everything is about promoting agenda. Now, I'm not going to talk about the ins and outs of Kyrie because everybody knows what's going on with Kyrie Irving. But your man, Aaron Rodgers, did basically the same thing that Kyrie's doing, and you're not going after him. Is a media. I'm gonna play this video with Kyrie Irving. Well, Stephen A. Smith talking about Kyrie Irving. I can't make this stuff up. He goes after your boy. He goes after Kyrie Irving like he owe him money or something. Takes it so personal about what he's doing. But here's the deal. Like I said, Stephen A. Smith is getting paid by the power-ups, the elites to send this message. They can talk about the Cody, which I say the Cody all day on their channel. They don't get suspended because they're pushing this agenda. Now, for anybody who watches me, I'm not anti. I'll say vacay. I ain't gonna say the word, because they're censoring people. But I'm not anti, but I'm anti mandate. You do what you want to do. But he's going off. So let's watch this video that I've put together. Let me add that here with Stephen A.
Should our position on Kyrie change?
Yes, it should change in regards to Kyrie. It should be even worse than we originally imagined. You know, I have to be, and I try to be, incredibly careful, fellas, in terms of I try to focus on what you do, not who you are. People make mistakes. None of us are flawless. All of us have made mistakes. We'll continue to make mistakes. None of us are perfect. We get all of that. But I've been covering the NBA now for almost 25 years. I mean, this is some of the stupidest nonsense I've ever seen. Just flat out stupid. So let me get this straight. So if the reports are true, because we don't know whether they are or not, okay, but let's give credit to Sham and others who have reported this. It is what it is. Let's go with that, okay? If it is true, Jay, if it is true, Marcus, so you don't have a problem with taking the vaccine, your position is that you're going to sit up there and compromise the championship aspirations of an organization you signed on to represent. You coaxed Kevin Durant in the signing on to represent. You played a role in coaxing James Harden into signing.
All right, so just pay attention to his argument right here. What he's saying about Kyrie Irving. You bought into playing for this team and you're trying to get a championship and you're jeopardizing that. So he's using this argument on that. But what about Aaron Rodgers, which I'll play later? Go equally as hard on him. Because right now, isn't Aaron Rodgers slowing down the process of getting a Super Bowl? Hasn't Aaron Rodgers been a pain in the media's behind, not following the rules and going after his coaches and different things like that? Aren't they like 7-1 right now, Aaron Rodgers? So isn't Aaron Rodgers doing the same thing as Kyrie Irving? But you're not going to say anything about that? Aaron Rodgers lied on national TV about taking it, which I love the fact that I have the video. We'll get to that in a minute. But you're going so hard on the black brothers because that pays. Because like I said before, the media, the powers that be, will have a white host or black host. You know, you got Don Levin, who's gay out of his mind, but they have people like that, or Alice, Skip Bayless, because Skip Bayless can't say certain things to black people because they'll be considered racist. So what they do is they'll hire pawns to do it. They'll hire two black people arguing because the sports world in America is majority black. So stuff that they want to say, they basically pay these brothers to say. That's why they get paid so much money. See, most people won't do it. Like a Steven Jackson. Well, I don't know. I don't know about Steven Jackson, but certain players won't talk about other players because the NBA and the NFL, baseball, they all have a code not to talk about each other. So they'll hire these flunkies who never, you know, Stephen A. Smith played basketball. He didn't make it. So they'll hire people who didn't make it. And they wanted to get into sports and talk about it, to talk about these players. But they don't have the same energy with white players. And I noticed that. So I'm going to continue the video.
Going to represent. You're going to compromise all of that because you want to give a voice to the voiceless. Really? And how is that going to work out for you, Kyrie Irving? You're going to disappear from the game of basketball? Who the hell is going to be interested in what you have to say when you have proven that you can't even even be trusted enough to do your damn job. A job you volunteered for. This ain't the military where you were drafted. You chose to play basketball. You chose to enter the NBA. You chose to sign that contract as a free agent to go.
You can't make this shit up.
I don't know what you
You can't make this shit up.
Can't make this up, man. Why are you going so hard about somebody that you don't have anything to do with, you don't know? You're going so hard on this brother because you're getting paid to do it. Like I said before, these owners, they can't market the NBA themselves. They can't market the NFL by themselves. If they didn't do marketing, no one would go to see these games. They wouldn't pay for the high price tickets. All this is a freaking game. And a lot of these players figure that out once they're in the league a couple of years. They're like, well, why do I got to talk to this media? Well, it's in your contract. You know why it's in your contract? Because the media is basically selling their product. They create this protagonist, antagonist. They are paying Stephen A to do this. They're paying Stephen A to talk about these black players. You can't talk about a quarterback. You can't talk about what a white quarterback because a white quarterback is the face of the NFL. Deshaun Watson, I think I'm saying his name right. Okay, he has alleged cases on him, but you didn't say that about Ben Roethlisberger, where someone alleged that he allegedly raped them. No coverage whatsoever. People forgot about that. But when a black player do it, they're done. And you're part of the problem.
Go to the Brooklyn Nets. You chose Brooklyn as your destination. You chose the Nets franchise to represent. You asked KD and James Harden to come on board with you in Brooklyn to establish your own legacy, and then you leave them hanging. Because of what exactly? Your own individual principle? I am not calling Kyrie Irving stupid. Kyrie Irving, I happen to believe, is an intelligent brother whose heart is in the right place. But now you've regressed to an alarming level of self-righteousness. It not only makes you look hypocritical and untrustworthy, it makes you look what I know you are not, which is flat out stupid. It's the stupidest thing that I think I've encountered with an NBA player. You gonna sit up there and not play and not take a vaccine that evidently it's not you. You don't have a problem with it according to the reports. You just want to give a voice to the voiceless? Really? You know what? I'm going to stop myself, Molly,
let me say something.
Marcus,
Let me say something about
Jay,
hypocrisy.
I'm not going to say anything else right now. Cause I'm scared. I'm actually scared for the rest of the show.
Okay.
And it wasn't what I might say.
All right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry if you can't take a vaccine that over 6.2 billion people in the world have already taken, trying to claim that you think there's some kind of conspiracy going on and you want to be that defiant and leave the rest of your team hanging, the Kevin Durant's, the James Harden of the world, when you are clearly the favorite to win the title. As far as I'm concerned, the hell with you. Sit him down, let him stay home, don't pay him a dime, and let him live his life. If that's what he wants to do, yes, he has the freedom and the right to do what he wants to do. They also have the right to tell him.
He's doing a whole tour. He's doing a whole tour smearing his brother's name. You're going on CNN, liberal. You're going on all these outlets to smear his name, to push your point, because like I said, you're paid to do this. You're paid by the powers that be to talk about anybody who go against the machine. That's what the media is for. The media is working in partnership with the owners of these companies to push their brand.
See you. It was nice knowing you. You don't need to be a part of the NBA anymore. I have no problem with that position.
Stephen A. Smith.
But I think he's immature. I think that he's occasionally selfish.
How many
And I think
takes are you
at this
going to
particular
have
moment,
talking about Kyrie Irving? This dude is a freaking clown. Kyrie did so many, because they always talk about LeBron James, because LeBron James is the face of the NBA. So anytime you criticize him on the court, the critics will say, "Well, he's more than an athlete. He does, he does all these things. He got a school. He got this. He got that." But Kyrie got the same thing. Kyrie paid for housing and funerals for George Floyd. He spent so much money of his own money on charitable events. Isn't he more than an athlete as well? Stephen A. Smith is a freaking clown. Like I'm telling you, Stephen A. Smith is getting paid to do this from the powers that be. These owners ain't crap because they're paying the media to do this. They're paying you. When someone pays you to do something for a service, they want you to do it just like that. So they hire black people to talk about black people. If you don't do that, they're going to fire you or demote you. You remember when Jalen Rose first started with ESPN, and they started with cold pizza, and it was going to be Jalen Rose, which is the athlete with the credibility, and then they had Stephen A. Smith, and I think they had like two other brothers, but they didn't work out. There wasn't brothers. There's white people. They didn't work out. So Stephen A. Smith used to label these people like you're a LeBron, and Kwame, and Jalen Rose did not want to participate in that. He's saying these players are still good. They're better than you. So how you calling them a bum? This is their livelihood. That's like going to your job and calling you a bum at your job. You're like, hold on, bro. You're gonna mess up my money. Don't be saying I ain't doing my work because you're gonna mess up my bag.
You can't make this shit up.
I don't know what you
You can't make this shit up.
But then I believe that these owners hire these media outlets to to take down the value of the player. So when they come up to the renegotiation, that they can not pay them. They use all this media to disrespect people. Why ain't they talking about Lamar? Lamar, the quarterback for Baltimore. They always got to have something negative to say about him. But he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But they always critiquing him like, oh, he can't throw in the pocket, or he's always running. They never critique players that's the face of the league. Like I said, I'm a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. That's my team. That's where I'm from. I live in South Georgia now. For the people on there, if you got on here, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and also hit that notification bell. But I'm a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I'm a big Ben Roethlisberger fan. But the truth of the matter is, he allegedly raped somebody. No one talks about that. But when Kobe Bryant did that allegedly, the whole world was trying to cancel him, and he got off. Stephen A. Smith is getting paid to do this, man. It's a shame. And like I said, the owners are paying for this. That's why, just think about it. Everything is so robotic when it comes to the media. Because these athletes can't tell you how they truly feel because they'll get fined by the team owners, man. Pay attention. they get fined, so they got to sit there and read off a teleprompter when they're sweaty after the game, like, and they're mad they lost, and they got to sit there and why did you miss that shot? And they can't say how they truly feel. They can't be alpha males. They got to sit there and bend to the whoever they're getting paid for. Come on, man. Think about it. Your boy Stephen A. always say, "Oh man, a birdie told me that this happened in going on in the news or on this certain team." The owners are telling them the information. The players always wonder how did this get out? The owners, because the owners want somebody to talk about their team. They don't bark out parked cars. I mean, dogs don't bark out parked cars. Obviously, you want some controversy on your team.
Time he comes off as a damn snob. He thinks people are beneath him and he's above it. He looks at the media as being inauthentic. That's what he thinks about the media. Everything that has happened to Kyrie Irving, that Kyrie Irving has self-inflicted, go back and look at the tapes. Quote him. It's always the media. Always. You got something to say about LeBron? It's the media. You got something to say.
He's fighting against the media. The owners say, "Hey, get him." They allow the media to disrespect these players. I'm telling you, owners and businesses like CNN, who's funded by like Time Warner, it's a big thing, man. Because like the media is run by 6 companies, man. 6 companies run 90% of the media, and you can't. My friend took me to CNN one time, and I got the chance to see the rooms and how they're set up. They have teleprompters. If you're not reading off that, they're paying them millions of dollars to read off this teleprompter with their writing because they can't say it. If you go against that script, you're fired. That's what it is. Steven's getting millions. He's the face of ESPN. But when he tried to speak, like I said, when he tried to speak up for that black man, when he tried to speak up for Ray Rice, they was going to cancel Stephen A. Smith.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
They was going to cancel Stephen A. Smith when he tried to speak up for a black man. He said, maybe, just maybe the woman provoked him.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
They was like, look, we're going to cancel you. You're here because of us. We don't need you. So he's a yes man.
Say about your time in Boston? It's the media. You got something to say about wanting to move on? It's the media. You're in Brooklyn. Nobody has thought about you since the spring. You haven't played. The season was halted. You wasn't playing before then. You had shoulder surgery. You come in and then you're not even participating in the bubble because you're recuperating from your right shoulder. And still, you wanted to sit up there and implement yourself in the proceedings by talking about how the game should not be played. You weren't playing anyway while collecting $33 million. But you had something to say. And then when people responded, it's the media. You go on Kevin Durant's podcast and literally state, which we'll get into later, but literally state that, you know what? I mean, you're the first guy that I looked at and I said, hey, I trust you to make the last shot. And the media made up that LeBron might have a problem with that. Damn, you was taking a shot at LeBron. And you go on
out here
social
snitching,
media
pay attention.
And literally state, hey, well, you know what? If I had something to say about him, I would say their name. Like, how dare us connect the dots and say 1 + 1 = 2? But if he doesn't want to talk, fine.
Yeah,
Just
one of my
remind
favorites
him,
to
if
watch.
you're the NBA, of his contractual obligation and find his
Now
ass
this brother pocket
every
watching.
day he doesn't talk. Putting that camera on me, y'all.
This dude pocket watching. That's what I'm saying. These owners is running the media. And if you don't say what they tell you to say on that prompter, you're fired. That's why they have white commentators. And the white commentators, they know that society, you can't talk about black people. You can't talk about women. But what you do is you'll get some black people on the show to talk about black people.
You have the power. Stay woke.
That's right, Maxine Waters. Say it again.
Stay woke.
But let's watch this video when he talks about Aaron Rodgers, which did the same thing that Kyrie did. Like again, I don't care if they take the I don't care if you take that or not. I don't care if you take that. But my thoughts on it is don't mandate it. It's their if they want to do it, they want to do it. They don't, they don't. But watch how he talks about Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers did the same thing. He disrespects the media. He plays when he wants to. He's been right now he's in the running, first place. I think they're like 7-1. So the same thing he said about Kyrie. You're blowing it, son. You're messing the fact up that they might win the championship, and you're being selfish. Let's see what you say about Aaron Rodgers. Because you ain't using the same energy as these other players. But let's see this. Let's go.
I got something on my mind.
Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. Bad man.
Bad man.
He's a bad man.
Bad man. He's a bad man.
What's going on, y'all?
Bottom line is the bad man that he is. Aaron Rodgers, he echoed. I mean, it was it was as if
he out here worshiping
Jaw
these
sat there and listened to me and just took the words and it's come. I didn't say that. But I'm just talking about in terms of how he articulated and elocuted his position about Aaron Rodgers, the bad man that he is. That's what he did.
May I take this over? Could y'all move?
He out here worshiping these white people, man.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Can you believe this? Like, whole time, oh, he's a bad man. He's this, he's that. He's another thing. He's wow. Kyrie's a bad man too. Kyrie's a bad man too. He won a championship as well. You want to talk about he's more than an athlete? He's more than an athlete. He's giving his money up. You don't talk to him like that. You don't talk about him like that. But since Aaron Rodgers is the face of the NFL, Aaron Rodgers and the Bradys and the Brady, I know Tom Brady ain't do the Cody. We know that because Tom Brady, he cares about his health. He takes care of his body. I know he didn't do it. He didn't take it. I'm pretty sure he did. You ain't saying nothing about that.
Out the way, please. I am officially upset with Aaron Rodgers. I'm upset with him. I'm appalled by his tweet because he felt the need to explain himself. Aaron Rodgers, that bad man that he is.
Definitely like and subscribe. Share the channel.
Explain yourself. If some no-name named Mike Glennon, who never completed more than 60% of his passes up until his last season when he only threw 11 passes for crying out loud, is worth $15 million. As far as I'm concerned, Aaron Rodgers, you're worth 50.
I'm gonna say what nobody else has said. Aaron Rodgers is a victim in all of this. He's an absolute victim. And I don't give a damn what any football aficionados all over the
country have been talking about him. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I personally want Aaron Rodgers to demand a trade from the Green Bay Packers.
Aaron Rodgers ain't for everybody, but he's phenomenal. And the complaints about him are asinine, plain and simple.
I want him out. He doesn't deserve this organization.
Oh man, he don't deserve it, man. Can we? Can a brother get love like that, man? Can he talk about a brother like that? Can you believe that? Man, my internet's all messing up and stuff, man. But it's all good. It's raining out here, South Georgia. But anyway, back to the tomfoolery. Let me get back on this video with Stephen A. Smith out here cooning. Come on.
Organization does not deserve Aaron Rodgers.
If Mike Glennon is worth 15 million, he couldn't shine Aaron Rodgers' shoes. He couldn't wear the same damn deodorant as Aaron Rodgers. Are you kidding me? Aaron Rodgers owes no explanation as far as I'm concerned. You talk about Aaron, you talk about Tom Brady, to a lesser degree Drew Brees, and you want to throw in some of the all-time greats, and you can pick the litter of them. Aaron Rodgers is in the conversation. He's the most talented, that's a talent, not the most successful, but from a talent perspective at the quarterback position, I don't know anyone better than I've ever seen.
This brother is praising. This must be his Jesus or something. He's praising Aaron Rodgers like he's Jesus. Can't do anything wrong.
You've got somebody as great as Aaron Rodgers. The quarterback position is considered the most important. He is considered the creme de la creme, and along with Tom Brady and Drew Brees. He's that special. And if he is not satisfied with the job that you're doing while he's on behind setup, offensive line hoping that they'll save his life while he's waiting all day long for y'all to get open so he doesn't get squashed. If he's holding you accountable, get over it. He's a bad man. He's one of the greatest ever. And as far as I'm concerned, Aaron Rodgers looked like he got at least 6-7 more years in him. If that's dude, who the hell is Mike Glennon? Are you kidding me? What are you apologizing for? Coach, take it away. I don't understand what the apology is. I don't understand it. Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. Well, $50 million if Mike Glennon's worth 15. You look at the Green Bay Packers. They clearly make the choice with every move they make. We ain't got nothing to worry about. We got Aaron Rodgers. Now, I'm one of those guys who believes you take care of your stars. You take care of your stars, particularly when your stars are the ones that care and put in the work. They ain't just relying on their abilities. They're not just relying on their cachet. They put in the work, they show up, they represent. The number one order of business is to take care of Aaron Rodgers. They don't do it. And as far as I'm concerned, they don't do it, which is adding insult to injury. You don't do it because it's him. We got Aaron Rodgers. We ain't got nothing to worry about. Yeah, we're going to have better pieces. We think, and we're going to look forward to 2019.
Oh
Lights up
man,
a little
he's
bit now,
praising his
but
white
we'll be
Jesus.
better. This team, I can't stand Green Bay. I've never been a Green Bay Packers fan. I am an Aaron Rodgers fan. I want to know who exactly to laugh at. Let me get this straight. You're a rookie wet behind
Damn,
the ears,
son,
breath
where'd you
smelling like
find this?
Similac, and you got the nerve, the audacity, the unmitigated gall to sit up there and be salty with Aaron Rodgers.
After you messed up.
After you messed up. Really? Really? I want to know who are these people? Oh, according to the reports, they're salty. They got a problem with Aaron Rodgers. Well, who are you? I want to know who you are, A. B. I want to know if you're brave enough to tell Aaron Rodgers to his face exactly how you feel. And C, I want to know how long you're going to last on the Green Bay Packers. You're a receiver. You got to remember this. This is not somebody that's playing on the defensive side of the ball. No, this is not an offensive lineman or even a running back for that matter. Aaron Rodgers, a rookie. I mean,
let's go to when
Is this an episode of Lawrence? Is this an episode of The Honeymooners that I missed? Is something going on?
Found out
world
that
of football
he didn't take
connected with the world of
Cody
comedy
in his
that
live.
somebody
Let's go there.
Oh, because Aaron Rodgers
No, it's on here.
Aaron Rodgers looks very bad today.
You see, so I'm gonna play this
Brother
video,
as a quarterback.
and I'm hoping Stephen A.
Whoa! This brother's on another level. I'm just trying to tell you something.
How bad does Aaron Rodgers look this morning?
So let's see if Stephen A. Smith goes hard as he did on Kyrie Irving as he did. Yes, so I'm gonna play this video. I'm waiting. Steve, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's see if you went hard on Aaron like you did Kyrie. Check this out.
Well, we all know where I stand with Aaron Rodgers. I'm the one that coined the phrase, he's a bad man, because he is. I think as a talent, one could easily say he's the greatest talent at the position. I know this. This is one of the hardest days I've ever had because I got that much love for this brother as a quarterback.
Oh, wow.
Aaron Rodgers.
Come on, Steve. Got to go hard. Let's see. I'm waiting to see if he goes hard. Let's see if he goes hard as he did with Kyrie. Let's see if he's going to do it. Come on. I'm counting on you. Let's go.
Looks very bad today for all the wrong reasons. Aaron Rodgers is a liar. Period. He lied through his teeth with a smirk on his face regarding a matter that is very, very serious. Now, I'm not going to get into vaccination or unvaccinated because everybody's got their theories and their views or whatever. I'm double vaccinated. It's something that obviously I've taken a position after going to an ICU unit and seeing a whole bunch of black folks in there and how it was disproportionately affecting the black community. I've talked about that story and I've told that story, but I've also been receiving calls over the last few weeks, particularly involving Kyrie Irving and others, where you've got people that have made very potent cases in reverse. Got all of that. Not trying to go there. This is not about Aaron Rodgers being vaccinated or unvaccinated. This is about Aaron Rodgers looking at reporters and looking into the cameras with a smirk on his face and telling a bald-faced lie. Period. And that's where this is bad. Because when you are considered a liar, okay, you lied about that, so what else did you lie about? You lied about Gutekunst? You lied about what was going on with the Green Bay Packers? What else you been lying about? Because you did it with such ease, such fluidity. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was just very, very impressive. And it was slick as hell. Yeah, I'm immunized. You take the Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, all right? According to the NFL, that means you're not considered vaccinated. You knew this, but never said anything. The Packers are culpable, too, because they knew it. And you were still addressing the media without wearing a mask. You weren't following NFL protocols. I heard somebody on the radio, I think, talking about Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is not vaccinated. We all know this. He's got a mask when he's on the sidelines. He's got.
All right. So I'm gonna remove that real fast. But all right, as you can see, all the Caucasian players who are not vaccinated, you're tiptoeing around it, like, oh, I'm just so hurt because of my white Jesus. Oh my gosh, like I can't believe I'm not going to talk bad about him. I'm just hurt. But when an African American do it, oh, I can't believe it, and you need to be fine. Oh. When a white man do it, oh my, I just can't believe. Maybe he didn't mean it. I don't know, man. He didn't mean to do what he did. Maybe your records are wrong because I don't believe it, man. Because it's my white Jesus. Black man, oh, you need to be fine. I can't believe it. Oh, this is blasphemy. He getting paid to do that, bro. He's getting paid to devalue these players, so these owners won't have to pay that much money. Take down their stock. I remember Kwame, shout out to Kwame, said that. He said, you keep talking about the players and you messing up people's money. How, people like me, I had to change my thought process. I did because I listened to Stephen A. Smith and them, and they were saying, "Oh, he's a scrub, so he's a scrub." And I do agree somewhat when you say someone's a scrub because I'm like, okay, if I'm paying for a service and you're not doing a good service, then I get to talk about it. Like if I go to a restaurant, I can cook. Well, I can't cook, but let's say I didn't know how to cook. Shouts out to me. But let's say I didn't know how to cook and I went to a restaurant and I didn't like the food. So you mean to tell me I can't complain about the food? I'm paying for it. So this is what my critique about what Kwame says. But then he made some great points. First off, we're messing up their money because we're sitting there starting this narrative that they suck. But if the owners is going to pay them for 12 years, then who am I? That's why I really don't get that much invested in sports, even though I have a sports channel. Shout out to the my channel right now. If you're on here for the first time, definitely hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. And I do apologize for my internet today. It's acting up, but hey, it is what it is. I can't complain about my internet because I don't know what they doing. I don't know how to do it, so I can't complain about it. That's what the narrative was, and I don't like that. I think we are, as sports fans, we should be able to critique what we want. Long as we don't talk about their family and their lives, it's just what it is. But Stephen A. Smith again is a sellout, and he's getting the bag, and he's willing to sell out. He'll tell you in a minute, like he's doing it for the money, like he don't care about anybody else, and that's selling your soul. We need to big up people like Kyrie Irving and Nicki Minaj and Dave Chappelle for speaking out, and Muhammad Ali when he spoke out and risked millions of dollars for what he believed in. This is America. We should be able to be your own person, not this tribal thing that we try to create. Like everybody has to think the same and eat the same and do all. That's not what America's about. That's why years ago when America was started in 1776, before that there was never been a place where you had every country was run by a king. Imperialism and colonialism, and America was built with the fact of you know the fact that we can do what we want to do. We could be who we want to be. It was a dream. It was far fetched. And right now we're just giving our rights back to these people. It's like it reminds me when I don't know if anybody, spoiler alert, but anybody who watched the movie Spider-Man with Mysterio. And Spider-Man had all these powers with these glasses that he had. And the Mysterio basically painted this picture in the media that he was a hero, and obviously Spider-Man did not want to have these powers, and he gave his power to Mysterio. And that's what we're doing as Americans. We're giving our power up to these people. They can't take it because of the Constitution, but we're just willingly giving our rights to them with this tribalism. So that's why I feel like we have to protect Kyrie Irving Even if you disagree with him, we have to protect his right because there's going to be a point in this universe where there's going to be something you don't want to do, and they're going to say, "Well, the majority want to do it, so you got to do it." Dude. No, Dave Chappelle's another one. Dave Chappelle is like the comedians are protecting our rights. You don't have to like what they're saying, but that is the last stance right now of basically the First Amendment, and we need to protect that. I don't care if you don't like it or not. We are individuals. We are the people. That's why shout out to Kwame. I like his show because he talks about that. You don't have to like what he says. You don't have to like the fact that when he talks about coding in schools and different things like that. And we shouldn't be in a world where you're like, well, what are you doing? Because I'm doing more than you. We shouldn't be in a world like that. Some people doing whatever they can do. Some people may talk on the platform. Somebody might be in those streets. We all work as a collective. But people like Stephen A. Smith, like I said, he's bought. He's cooning because he's getting the bag from the people up above. The elites is paying this dude to say these things. I say it again, and I'll say it 100 times. When you buy a service, you want them to do what you want them to do, right? So if you paying somebody to watch your kids, you want them to watch your kids a certain way. If they do something outside of that, you're going to fire them. The media is trying to discredit alpha males. They're on this feminist push, right? So even like I said, I bring this Ray Rice situation up. We all saw the video. He's wrong for that. But when Stephen A. Smith tried to say, hey, maybe sometimes women will provoke somebody. He did say that, and he said she don't deserve to get hit, but sometimes women do that. And guess what happened? The powers that be came down and suspended him. And ever since then, he realized he almost lost the bag. He started cooning for sure. And like I said, all these companies are owned by 6 companies. 90% of the companies are owned by 6 companies, and they run in this world. And now they connected with the tech. That's why like YouTube and all this other stuff, you can't say what you want to say on YouTube and Facebook because they're all connected. Do you remember when what's the dude's name? Mark Zuckerberg. He was talking against the Cody. And then all of a sudden the government came in and talked to him like, oh, we're going to put you in court. We're going to sanction you because owners is not for the people. Owners only care about their bottom line. They only care about their bottom line. So they don't care about you. If they're going to lose money, they're firing you. Do you remember when they had Obamacare? Now, I didn't like Obamacare. I was against it because I don't think you should force everybody to do anything. But that's just my thoughts on it. However, the business owners didn't care about you having Obamacare because they didn't want to pay for it. So they start downsizing. They didn't care if you was getting a paycheck. They didn't care if you was eating. I can't make this stuff up.
You can't make this shit up.
I don't know what you
You can't make this shit up.
Owners are evil. Owners have so much power. They're evil. And I'm a businessman. I know. They only care about themselves. When you get a job, they give you an employee manual. A lot of people say, oh, I don't use attorneys. I don't use attorneys. Yes, you do use attorneys. You use their attorney if you don't have one. And they give you this employee manual contract, and it's basically saying, listen, if you do any of these things, I get to fire you on the spot. I don't care about if you get paid every 2 weeks. But if you want to leave this company, you can't give me a day notice. You got to give me a 2 weeks, month, 2 months, 3 months, because I have to replace you. And they'll fire you for any reason. Try to get a job in Georgia. They will fire you for anything. They don't care. Owners don't care about you. In the media, like we always talk about the media satanic. Like I said, the media is getting paid by the owners. You see, like I said, you see what's the guy's name? Nas X, right? Like I said, shout out to my boy Chaz. He said it. He's like, why is Nas X so pushed on the media. You know, he got commercials with Elton John, but he don't have a tour. Like he's not headlining any tours because he's paid to do this. Stephen A is paid to be cooning right now. He's paid to do it. He's paid to talk about black people, to devalue them. So when it comes down to the contract time, they can say, "Oh, you did X, Y, and Z." All these athletes go into the game. When they get out the game, they can't tell the truth in the media, or they'll get fined because the media is just here for propaganda purposes. It's to pump up the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's to pump up these players. And then, like I said, it's a protagonist and antagonist. Think of what they did in the '80s in basketball. They were failing. Nobody was watching the NBA. It was on tape delay, and then they start pumping up this racial tension between Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. And then they get the media to say certain things and put it in because they got to get you talking about them. And then they start making a lot of money.
All white people ain't bad. We is our own worst enemy. All white people ain't bad. We is our own worst enemy. What about black on black crime? Where the white women at?
That's so funny. Oh man, but that's it. You know, I'll do a video later on about the finish talking about Kwame Brown. I mean, not Kwame Brown. Kyrie Irving. But that's so funny, man. That's so funny. That's right, Maxine Waters. Tell them again. I wanted to touch on, and I'm gonna do a video later, man. Shout out to people who support my channel. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I appreciate the super chats as well. Now, I want to talk about Scottie Pippen real quick, and then I got the run. Scottie Pippen and the Bulls. Now, a lot of my demographic who follow me, there's quite a few millennials that follow me as well. So they wasn't able to watch the dynasties in the NBA. Everybody right now thinks that LeBron is the best. A lot of people didn't even watch Kobe who watches me or follow me. But America is based in we love dynasties. And there's a lot of people who love to hate dynasties. You know what I mean? Like Mayweather was just boxing. He was running the league, but there was a lot of hate for him. Everybody was paying to see him lose. Like when Muhammad Ali used to fight, and the reason why he was making a lot of money at the time because he found out that he can promote something where people would try to pay to see him lose because he would say, "I'm gonna knock you out in 5 rounds," and people wanted to see if he do it, and they wanted to see him get knocked out, especially when he went against America and didn't go into enlisting the war, which Elijah Muhammad did the same thing. People don't know that Elijah Muhammad didn't go into World War II because he was drafted as well. But that's another story. But Muhammad Ali did it as well, and people wanted to see him. And then he was like one of the best boxers at that time in the 70s, where it was straight heavy hitters in the 70s. I think the 70s and the 80s, well, basically the 70s was the best heavyweight division, I think. And then the 90s. Sorry, Tyson. You was fighting a bunch of bums. I love you, but you was fighting a bunch of bums.
You can't make this shit up.
I don't know what you
You can't make this shit up.
I ain't making it up, but anyway. So Michael Jordan, he was the face of the NBA. Scottie Pippen's mad because he's about to do this book. I mean, he's doing this book because of the Last Dance documentary. He didn't like how he was depicted in the documentary. Now, I started my page last year, right the week before the documentary started, because it inspired me. I'm like, hey, I'm tired of arguing with these people on Facebook. You act like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna just do my videos. Shout out to people who support me. So I was inspired by this because I was there. I watched Michael Jordan do what he did. And I was not a fan of Michael Jordan the whole time. Now, when I was back in like 88, 89, that's when I first fell in love with basketball, because I got a chance to watch Michael Jordan, because everybody said, I could believe I can fly and all that stuff. And I want to be like Mike. I saw the commercials. The media got me. And then I saw what he could do on the court. And I almost cried when he lost to Detroit, man. I remember I was at my uncle's house watching the game. Then I remember when I was watching the game with my brother in 1990 when he won it. I mean 91 when he first won the championship over the Lakers. And then I watched him do this whole run. So Scottie Pippen is just an angry individual. Now, I don't want to really crap on him all like that, but you put that on yourself, bruh.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
People saying, oh, you're wrong. Scottie put it on himself. He gonna say, and maybe I'll read it, maybe I won't, but he was in the GQ magazine. Let me see if I can pull this up. But this brother is talking crazy in his new book, and I understand, because he felt like that Michael Jordan should have had his back and shouldn't have brought this all out. But this was all everybody knew what Scottie Pippen was doing. At least the people who watched. Now, the millennials didn't. Everybody knew who was a fan of, in the 80s and 90s, that Scottie Pippen didn't play the game because he had a migraine in Game 7 when they could have won. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew that like Scottie Pippen wanted to leave that team because he felt disrespected. Everybody knew when he went to the Olympics and Jerry Krause ended up signing Tony Kukoc, that they didn't like him because they felt like Jerry Krause was disrespecting him. But shout out to Jerry Krause because he was a genius. People don't want to put respect on Jerry Krause's name, and that's one thing I would say that they should have, like Michael Jordan should have put more respect on his name, even though you didn't like him. But Michael Jordan is not a great business. I mean, he's a great businessman, but he's not a great GM. The the brother wanted to keep Charles Oakley because Charles Oakley was a bruiser back then. See, a lot of you young guys who's watching this, you don't realize that because they'll say the talent wasn't that great back then. Well, you have to realize that it was a different game, and it was a tough game. So you needed some people who were willing to fight. So their skills may not have been that great on the court, but they'll knock your head off. You sit there and show them up, you're going down. Like imagine Russell Westbrook playing back then. You showing people up, going by them, throwing, hitting the layups and all that good stuff. They would have knocked you down. Lambert and all them. And they were like, oh, Lambert looked like a plumber. I'm saying, okay, so if you had 3 players hitting you opposed to 1, you're going to get hurt. I don't care who it is. But that's the way the game was. And before, I'm going to try to pull it up, but before Scottie Pippen came to the Bulls, Michael Jordan was already dropping like 28 points a game. See, the reason why Michael Jordan was considered one of the greatest, I'm gonna play that video. I did a video with one of my first videos with all these players talking about Michael Jordan. In college, they were saying he was the best ever because people don't know this, but I'll pull it up for you for the people who don't know. Now, for the people who do know, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and also hit that notification bell. And I appreciate the support. You can hit me up on the Cash App with the LJ Report 412. But back to it. So the reason why Michael Jordan was so great was, let me pull this up right here so you can see this. Michael Jordan got a chance to play in the Olympics, 84 Olympics, right? This is the time when they didn't take pros in the league. However, when they were practicing for the trials, they were playing against NBA players. And this is when Michael Jordan was in college. And they played against the NBA 9 times. Guess how many times the college players beat the NBA? They beat them 9 times. Right? And that's when Michael Jordan started playing these players. So look at the NBA roster when Michael Jordan played against these players. Now the roster that Bill Bob Knight was the coach. And then this is college players. So they had, I'll just name the notable people that was on the team. Wayman Tinsdale, Patrick Ewing, Michael Jordan, Joe Klein, if people didn't know that. John Concack, I think he played for Atlanta Hawks when he got on. Chris Mullin, Sam Cassell, Chuck Person, Alvin Robinson. They were college players. They didn't play pro yet. Look who they played against. All right. They played against Daryl Dawkins the one time, which is a Hall of Famer, Rick Mahorn, Reggie Theus, Orlando Warriors, which was a really good player at the time before he got on them drugs. 84. Guess who wins? U.S. Olympic team 128-106 with Jordan, killing them. Then they played them again. They had a better roster now. Okay, this was 1984 in the summer. Olympic team 196-90. Magic Johnson. He scored. He was playing on the NBA team. They had Magic Johnson, Kevin McHale, Isaiah Thomas, and Jordan's college team beat them. This is 9 straight times now. Look at this. They played it again, and Jordan's team won again, and he's in college. Look who they had on the team. They had Clyde Drexler, Derek Harper. Let's see, I'm trying to name some. Buck Williams, Danny Ainge. They win 92-79. So they're like, wait. We got to get some harder players on this team to beat Michael Jordan. All right. So they played again the next day. They had Mark McGuire, which was one of the leading scorers at the time. They had Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Jim Paxson, Isaiah Thomas, Herb Williams, all great players. And Jordan's win 97-82. It's not an accident why they say why Michael Jordan is so good. The next year they had James Worthy on the team. So I could go on and on and on and on and tell you why everybody said Michael Jordan was the best player at that time before he even got in the league. You know, I can go on and on about that. Now, Scottie Pippen, again, like I said, Michael Jordan, he was averaging over 30 before he got there. He was the only player. Yes, we're talking about the NBA. It's not just a one-man game. So you need players. And shout out to Scottie Pippen, but you did this to yourself. You know, when Jordan retired, you lost. You lost to the Knicks. You didn't, like everybody saw it. You gave up on your team. That's going to live with you forever. I know you heard about that. Tony Kukoc was a better finisher. They had to play for him. You was actually missing the shots. He only had one game winner in his career. mainly because Michael Jordan is always taking the last shot. But when he had the team, he was missing those shots. That's why the play was written for Tony Kukoc. Then Michael Jordan comes back, and here's the truth is the matter because I read a book called Jordan Rules years ago, and they said Rodman had his own entourage. He never hung out with Jordan. Jordan had his own entourage. He never hung out with none of them, and Scottie Pippen did. They never really hung out. That's just what it is. I used to think they were cool. A lot of times we think like, man, because this was great to us. That it made us remember these things. Like they gave us a great feeling with these dynasties. But the truth of the matter is they don't really like each other. And it makes sense because you're demanding so much of each other. And the further you go, 'cause that's why most people can't win back to back to back to back because it's so hard on the body. It's once you win a championship, you start getting jealous and saying, "I need more money because of this and that." So it's hard to keep that together. And most of the time, when you keep a dynasty together, you got to um, cut costs. You know what I mean? Like some people just got to say, "I'm not going to get paid because I want to keep this team together." So what's more important to you, getting money or keeping the team together to win? You know, are you going to look at the money on the back end, or are you going to look at the money on the front end? It's what the problem with Scottie Pippen is. He didn't want the back end money. He wanted the money up front, and they all told him don't take that contract. The contract in 1991. That was the time when before NBC ended up getting the contract. You remember? Dun, 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 dun. That was 92. That's when they start marketing Michael Jordan on NBC. But before that, it was on CBS. It was on CBS. So they got that new contract. And then they went to the Olympics, got Michael Jordan to go. Then that's when the money started coming in. Michael Jordan was severely underpaid all those years. And they told Scottie Pippen, don't take that contract, just wait. He didn't want to wait. So then all of a sudden he wanted to complain in 1994, 95, like he's not getting the big money. Because Tony Kukoc was getting paid more than him. Most of the players was getting paid more than him, but it was something he did. But in his career, he got paid more when he went to Houston, which he underachieved. Scottie Pippen went to Houston, he was underachieved, and he didn't get paid like he should. I mean, he ended up getting the bag when he went to Houston, but he basically stole money there. Then he went to Portland and stole money there. He made more money than Michael Jordan in his full career, but he didn't want to listen. Then 1998, because the show was about the Last Dance. The show was the Last Dance, so they were talking about 1998, and he's mad because they're putting us all this out. But Scottie wanted to leave the team in 1997. They would not trade him, and that's what he's mad about. He wanted to go, but Michael Jordan wanted to win championships. He's like, man, I need you, Scottie, and he gave him a shout out on the thing. He said he's the best teammate. But Scottie in the 1998, he only played 40 games, and he wasn't scoring because he was hurt. And they asked him, they said, "Why didn't you do surgery in off season?" He said, "I wasn't going to mess up my off season. I'll just heal on their time." So he was just a disgruntled guy anyway. And I could go on and on and on about that. But now you want to sit there and talk bad on him because of a documentary. And then you want to say you didn't get paid for it. I can't wait. I'm gonna buy the book. I'm gonna buy his book. I'm gonna check it out. Um, but he um he put everything in his career on himself. Like he did it, and then now you want to complain about it. You wasn't really cool with Jordan in the first place, man. And I'm not sitting there trying to defend Jordan, but I'm like, man, you out of pocket. You're out of pocket for what you're doing. And if he's mad because they didn't depict him right in the documentary. But I'm like, every year y'all won, they have a documentary. They have Come Fly With Me and all this other stuff, and they had you in the right light. You could have made your own documentary, to be honest. Then you want to sit there and say Phil Jackson is racist? Come on, man. We all know he's not. He's not. Everybody ain't racist because you ain't get your own way, man. But when I talk about, I think Scottie. I asked this question: is Scottie Pippen and Dame Dash the same? Have something in common? Because we all know Michael Jordan and Scottie. If Scottie Pippen didn't do what he did on that team, Michael Jordan would not have the team success. But as far as the individual success, he was killing. He was getting 38, 8, and 8, and 88. Crazy, a lot of eights. But yeah, I can't make that up, man.
You can't make this shit up.
I don't know what
You can't make this shit up.
He was killing before you got there. Now, team wise, yes, you did well, you know. But I would say Dame Dash is another thing. Like without Jay-Z, without Dame Dash, Jay-Z would not be what he is now. Facts. Let's look at Jay-Z's career. Jay-Z was trying to rap it back in '88 when he was doing Hawaiian Sophie. Rapping fast. He got his name off of Jazzo, the originator. Nobody was feeling that crap. So he says he went back to the block, but he always wanted to rap. Then he got with Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane was hot then, but he was kind of falling off at that point when they hooked up. So he would allow Jay-Z to open up for him, but he couldn't get on. Nobody thought he was talented enough. They was like, I'm not going to bet on you. So he started hustling again. Then he got introduced to Dame Dash. You always need that hustler, that person who's going to do whatever for you. See, that's why they hire agents. They hire agents to say what you can't say. People hire bodyguards to hit somebody because they can't hit somebody. You hire that person. So Dame Dash, they partnered up with Biggs, and there was three people unit, and Dame Dash just got that go getter mentality. There was the point when Jay-Z didn't know how to do a stage show. He was forgetting his lines. Jay-Z said this in one of the commercials. So I mean, videos he did. So we all know how pivotal he was, right? But Dame Dash got on stage, didn't know how to rap or nothing, but he got on stage because he had the confidence and he would dance around and say the lines so he wouldn't forget his lyrics. And then there's a line in Reasonable Doubt where he said, basically, if we get 10 friends and we all get them rich, if I fall off, I could get 100,000 from each and get $1 million and get back on my feet. That was a Harlem line. You know, Harlem in New York, they're about money. They're about flashiness. You know what I'm saying? They're about flash and money and, being balling. They're different than Brooklyn dudes. Brooklyn dudes, they out there, they'll take it. Like what did anybody who knows old school hip hop, what did put in the comments? Hear us once say, Brooklyn keep on taking it, or I only said Brooklyn keep on faking it. I don't remember what the line was, but if you know it, let me know. So they had great success together, Jay-Z and Dame. And they needed each other. But then there was a point where they fell apart. Jay-Z, Dame Dash was stealing. He's out there stealing paper under them.
You have the power. Stay woke.
Stay woke, man. He was doing funny stuff. They had different business philosophies. See, Dame would use his money and like he would make money from the clothing and put it in the movies and different things like that, and not tell Jay-Z. So they start falling out. Then they broke up. Jay-Z did some snake stuff. He wanted the masters for Reasonable Doubt. So he went and became the president of Def Jam, ended up getting the masters and then leaving. And to this day, Dame Dash is not getting paid for reasonable doubt, something he put together.
You can't make this shit up.
I don't know what he's.
Yo, Kevin, I can't make it up, man. I can't make it up, Kevin. So Dame has the same feelings as Scottie Pippen, man. Because there's a point where they feel like they're not getting respected. Like Dame Dash stopped getting paid for reasonable doubt years ago because Jay-Z stopped it. Now Jay-Z did shout him out when he won the Hall of Fame. But Dame Dash should get more respect, I think, from the contributions he did. And Scottie Pippen can't blame Michael Jordan for not getting respect like he wants because Michael Jordan always give him respect. He said, I couldn't do it without him. What else do you want from me? Tyree's voice. What else do you want from him? You have to blame the media for painting you this way. You know, you were the top 50 athlete. And honestly, Scottie, shout out to just got a cash app. Honestly, man, you shouldn't have been on that dream team. So you mean to tell me you did get respect, Scottie? Isaiah Thomas should have been on that dream team.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I found it, man, because I had to look back. Like Isaiah Thomas was dominating the '80s, and he didn't get on the team because of Michael Jordan. And they replaced you. You shouldn't have been on there. Christian Laettner shouldn't have been on there. Yeah, they won a college player. I forgot. Laettner was the man in college, but Scottie shouldn't have been on that team. He didn't do enough at that time, 92. Isaiah was the one killing them. Chris Mullin shouldn't have been on that team. What was Chris Mullin doing? But back to Dame Dash. Now, Dame Dash don't feel like he gets all his respect right now. Rightfully so. Because Jay-Z hired this guy who could bust in the office and be the person that he can't be. That's why you hire agents. Agents can cuss the owners out or say whatever they want, but the player can't. So you hire this person to do it. You hire Stephen A. Smith to talk about black people because you can't do it as a white person, Skip Bayless. That's what people do. You hire people for the stuff that you don't want to do. But I want you to do it like this, though. So you tell them, like, so, hey, when you go in the office, say this and do that, or I'm gonna fire you. That's what happens. So then it got to a point where Jay-Z decided to talk to the enemy, talk to Def Jam and get a relationship with them, and now Dame Dash look like he's crazy. So Dame Dash have a right to feel that way, but Scottie Pippen does not, because you did those things, and it was public knowledge. If we're gonna do a documentary, because like they with The Last Dance, Michael Jordan, he talked about the gambling on there. It had it all on there. He talked about his flaws. He talked about when he decided not to support the Democratic nominee in North Carolina and how much controversy he got. It's a documentary, so he did say the bad things. And I mean, Scottie Pippen, look, if you wanted to have it was The Last Dance, bro. 1998, you didn't play. You played 40 games, and you averaged like what, 14, 15 points a game. And then in the last game, when Jordan hit that last shot, the reason why he shot that last shot like that, because if you look at the video, Scottie Pippen was open on the right side on the wing. He was open, but he was only in there for a diversion. He was limping around with his back like this. He wasn't going to make that shot. So Michael knew that if he go to Game 7, Utah was going to win. They struggled that whole year. Dennis Rodman wasn't playing good. He was out there tricking, wearing dresses and stuff and wrestling. He was not averaging what he was averaging before. He was getting like 6 rebounds a game, and he was always getting kicked out. This is 98. This is when everybody was exhausted playing. And Michael had to finish it himself. And he was exhausted. I'm telling you, if Michael would have came back in '99, they would have got beat on because he was exhausted. He was done. Even when he went did the first three-peat, he was died. He was done. He was tired. He scored 54 points. He was averaging like 40 points a game, and like he was playing basketball nonstop. Like he won 3 straight years, 91, 93. He went to the Olympics, never got a chance to rest. Then he won a championship, and he was like exhausted. Then he come back, 96. They won 72 games, which was exhausting. Then Scottie Pippen went. I think he played. Yeah, he played in the Olympics that year with Penny Hardaway and Grant Hill and Shaq and Olajuwon. They come back in '97. They play that year. He's like kind of hurt. Yeah, he got hurt in '97. Yeah, and then '98 he ain't really play. So Scottie need to chill out, man. Like I said, we all know now that y'all ain't friends. But I don't. What I don't like about it, and I think Scottie don't view the '90s like we do because we got a chance to enjoy Scottie. I mean, we got a chance to enjoy the Bulls, and he didn't see it like we did. I guess he had a rough time there. So, but I pray that these guys get it together and they mend their feelings. They mend their heart, man, because they gave so much joy to us, and I just hope and pray that they get it together. But I don't foresee it because Michael Jordan holds grudges. Like he still don't talk to Charles Barkley. So maybe we have to pray for the loosen Michael Jordan's heart. But I can see them being in their 80s and not talking. It's a shame. But anyway, I got to run. Hope you have a great Friday, man. I'm definitely going to check out this weekend. Probably talk about it Monday or Sunday. My wife and I are going to watch the UFC fight with Kobe Covington and Usman. I'm looking forward to that. Tonight, I'm gonna probably, do some Netflix and chill with the family. But yeah, that's it, man. Hope y'all have a good day, man, and hit that cash app, hit the like, hit the notification bell, and I appreciate the support, guys.